You're sitting there, same place you've sat 100 times before. But tonight feels different. She's staring at her phone, typing something, deleting it, typing again, and you can feel it. Something is about to shift. Because it's not just another night. It's the night before she finally tells you how she feels. And if you've ever been close to someone like that, you know this moment. Should I say it? What if it ruins everything? What if he doesn't feel the same? What if I lose him completely? And here's the truth most people get wrong. She's not scared of rejection. She's scared of losing the version of you she already has. You're not failing at love. You're standing at one of the most real moments a relationship can have. Because by the end of this video, you're going to understand exactly what goes on inside her the night before she confesses, and why that moment changes everything. Let's get into it. Most couples believe confessions are impulsive, like they just happen in the heat of a moment. But the real truth is, nothing about this is sudden. This has been building for weeks, sometimes months, because her nervous system has been tracking you long before her words catch up. Every glance, every silence, every moment of connection or distance. What looks like, "I just realized I like him," is actually a slow emotional accumulation beneath the surface. And here's the part most people miss. When she decides to confess, it's not because her feelings grew. It's because hiding them started to hurt more than risking everything. That's the shift. Pain of silence becomes greater than fear of truth. And once that line is crossed, there's no going back. 1. The rehearsal you'll never see. Here's the part no one talks about. Most couples think confessions are spontaneous, but most people in relationships rehearse them over and over first, because beneath the surface, her nervous system is trying to create safety before exposure. She's not just choosing words. She's preparing for emotional impact. She's lying in bed thinking, "Say it casually. No, don't make it a big deal. Wait, what if he laughs?" Disconnect version. She says it abruptly, "I like you," then pulls back emotionally to protect herself. Connection version. She breathes, looks at you, and says softly, "I think I've been feeling something real for a while now." And when she feels safe enough to say it without rushing, that's when vulnerability stops feeling like a risk and starts feeling like truth. 2. The memory loop that won't stop. And this is where it gets interesting. Most people think she's focused on the future, but most couples don't realize she's replaying the past. Because emotionally, she's scanning for proof. Moments that meant something. Moments she might have imagined. That time he stayed longer. That look he gave me. Was that real or just me? Disconnect version. She convinces herself, "I'm overthinking this, it's probably nothing." Connection version. She allows herself to feel, "No, something real is here." And when she trusts her own emotional memory, that's when doubt starts losing its grip on her. 3. The fear that isn't what you think. Not rejection, not embarrassment, not even heartbreak, but losing you completely. Most couples think fear is about hearing no, but the deeper truth is, she fears losing access to you. Because right now, she has you. In conversations, in moments, in presence. Her mind whispers, "If I say this, everything changes." Disconnect version. She stays silent to preserve what exists. Connection version. She accepts, if it changes, it was never stable to begin with. And when she accepts that truth, that's when courage quietly replaces fear. 4. The identity shift. This isn't about words anymore. This is about who she's becoming. Most people in relationships think confession is an action, but it's actually an identity shift. She's moving from someone who hides to someone who shows up. And here's what nobody explains. That shift is terrifying because it's irreversible. Once I say it, I can't pretend I don't feel this. Disconnect version. She delays, waits for a perfect moment that never comes. Connection version. She decides, I'd rather be honest than safe. And when she chooses honesty over protection, that's when emotional maturity begins to take root. 5. The quiet detachment before the leap. Watch this closely, because it's subtle. Most couples miss this phase completely. Right before she confesses, she pulls back slightly. Not to leave, but to prepare. Because emotionally, she's creating space to survive the outcome. Okay, if this goes wrong, I'll be okay. Disconnect version. You feel her distance and assume she's losing interest. Connection version. You sense it and stay present without pressure. And when you don't chase or withdraw, that's when she feels safe enough to come closer again. 6. The final question she asks herself. And here's what changes everything. It's not, will he like me back? It's this. Can I live with not telling him? Most people in relationships think the risk is confession, but the real risk is regret. Because silence starts to feel heavy, like carrying something unfinished. Years from now, will I wish I said it? Disconnect version. She convinces herself it's better not to complicate things. Connection version. She admits not saying it is already complicating everything inside me. And when truth becomes the only relief, that's when she finally decides. 7. The moment she chooses you, without knowing if you'll choose her. This is the one most couples never understand. Confession isn't about getting love. It's about giving it without guarantees. Not control, not certainty, not outcome-based courage, but emotional risk. Because in that moment, her nervous system is saying, I'm choosing to be seen, even if it changes everything. Disconnect version. She hints, plays safe, leaves it unclear. Connection version. She says it directly, honestly, without hiding. And when she does that, that's when love stops being a game and starts becoming real. This isn't a checklist. It's a shift in awareness. Because when you understand this, you stop misreading her silence, her distance, her hesitation. You start seeing what's actually happening beneath the surface. This isn't about guessing feelings. It's about recognizing courage when it shows up quietly. And honestly, when you internalize this, you don't just become someone who understands love better. You become someone who creates safety for it. And that changes everything. Because the truth is simple. The moment someone decides to risk losing you by telling you the truth is the moment they've already chosen you in the most real way possible.